What's up, guys? Hunter here, the Build Room, and also Precision Retrofits. This is our first podcast that we've done. So me and the guys, Evan, Kenny, Jared, all sit down. We kind of just discussed some random stuff, so we're a little bit scatterbrained on this one. But yeah, we kind of hit a little bit on everything from what's going on at the shop, what we're got going on right now, some sports, and also some Jesus stuff at the end. So yeah, give it a listen. Hope you enjoy it. We're gonna continue to put some of this out, and yeah, hope you enjoy the episode. All right, we're live. What's up, everyone? We are back with the first episode. I guess we're not back, but this is the first episode of the Build Room. So, I'm Hunter, kind of the host. Not really. We're all in this together. We don't really have a agenda too much. We're just kind of going about this. So, yeah, we are a part of Precision Retrofits. We customize trucks. If you know anything that we kind of do, we do anything custom-wise to trucks. We are in Southern Idaho. So whether it's custom paint matches, custom lighting, been doing it for 8+ years. And the other guys you see here on the screen happen to work at Precision Retrofits. So us guys are the ones working on your trucks if you bring stuff to us, or will bring stuff to us, or just if you don't, then that's fine too. You just know who we are. So anyways, Jared, since you're to my right on the screen, go ahead. You don't have to share any personal information unless you really want to, but just go ahead. Go ahead and tell them who you are.
Okay, I'm Jared. I am the painter at Precision Retrofits. If your stuff looks good, it's probably because I touched it. If it doesn't, one of these hooligans probably touched it. I'm also very interested in sports. That's mainly what I'm hoping to talk about on this podcast, but if we delve into some other subjects, I'll be glad to give my very highly exalted opinion.
Good. I like it. Ev?
My name's Evan. I am the headlight guy.
He's
Cut them open,
300
disassemble.
Sorry.
False. I could beat up Jared, though, that's for sure. But yeah, I disassemble headlights, and then Jared paints them, and I put them back together. That's my main job.
He's also 6'4", so
That's true.
Ev's he's built like a wall. So in case anybody's wondering,
he's a dime shy of 300. I'm Kenny. I do a lot of the transportation work for Precision Retrofits, so if your truck's further away, I can come get it for you. Do a lot of prep work. I take apart all the trucks, put them back together, so if the paint does look bad, Jared didn't tell me the paint was wet, so it's his fault. I do PPF installs and a few other random things, but yeah. Looking forward to this podcast, though, because now my wife won't have to listen to my sports takes, and you guys can.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, yeah, so we have a couple other, maybe at one point we'll have Jose on here, who knows? He's kind of works with it a little bit. But also, too, some of our goal with this, too, is we'll have some legitimate guests, like around the truck industry, and maybe even others as well. My wife, for some reason, asked that if she could come on. I don't know what we would talk about, but she did say something about that. So we'll see what happens.
Shopping at Costco or what?
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we just discuss trucks and, like I said, sports and anything in between. Maybe a little bit of Jesus here and there. So yeah, that's kind of what we do, who we are, what we do for work, and so on and so forth. So, first thing, I think, let me pull this up. We're gonna do this poop spray story, okay? Poop spray. This is an article. This is I think it's all over the place, but this one's NBC is what it is. Anyways, so this story, it's an article. It says poop spray causes $55,000 in damage at a South Carolina school. teaching assistant arrested and charged. So it goes on to say this guy, you can look up his picture. I don't have it on here, but he's a little, I won't say goofy, but he's a little funny looking. He's South Carolina, so maybe that explains it. South Carolina teaching assistant arrested, charged with using a poop spray in school, causing students to seek medical attention, resulting in thousands of dollars of damage. Also, I think the damage may be a little bit far. Like, what are they? What's he damaging other than people's nose hairs?
I feel like the worst damage that could occur is like he sprays it on the couch, and the couch is ruined. But
Or like, did this dude
damage?
just
What is he
like
paying
dump
for
a
a
whole bottle of it?
Yeah,
that too.
maybe.
Either way, I don't know how much poop spray you gotta buy at a store to do a $55,000 worth of damage. That's wild.
And what cashier sold that to him? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can you get it on Amazon or something like that? So maybe he just like got that on the subscription, the poop spray
That's
subscription.
true.
Oh, for
Saves
sure.
up for a while.
Yeah. Also, too, like, what if he was just using it in the bathroom? Like, is that people are just like he still is responsible for damages, even though people probably just thought he had bowel issues?
They said they did have to do HVAC repairs. So
That must have been.
that's probably
I feel
part
like-
of it.
I feel like that's extreme. HVAC repairs.
Maybe he sprayed it up in the vents.
I mean, what if he
Who knows?
just dumped a whole bottle of that stuff into a bunch of air filters and stuff?
Yeah.
With the HVAC system. And
Just running through the
That's
system.
let it ride.
I guess that's true.
I could see.
The spray aspect of it, I guess, makes me think he's just over there. You know, like the poopery
Yeah,
spray that
spritz
you
it.
have in the bathroom, where you just like kind of spritz it like that. Anyways, that's I just saw that, and I thought it was super unfortunate that a guy's gonna be in jail, and his jailmates are gonna be like, "What are you in here for?" And they're like, "I killed a guy," and they're like, "What are you in here for?" I just couldn't stop at a poop spray. Couldn't stop at a poop spray. But, anyways.
Do we
Any-
know how long he is in prison for? Did it say?
I don't know if he's in
I think
prison. He's just in
Didn't it say
jail.
he's just being held?
Or
Yeah.
jail? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
It's wild.
we'll see.
That'd be
We'll see what
a bit
happens.
excessive if it was in prison.
You know
Yep.
that company's going to make a bunch of money off of this, though, because this is just free advertising for them.
Oh, for sure.
Our poop spray is so effective, we can cause $55,000 in HVAC repairs. Like, that's free.
Also, it just goes to show you could sell anything in this world. The fact that you could just manufacture poop spray and people are like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
poop spray. Alright, anyways. That was random, but funny, good little story. Okay, so to start out, we'll start with the college. It's a good college weekend for college football. Let me see if I can't pull this up. We don't have to discuss it. Nah, let me see here. Yeah, so we're actually going to the Boise State game this weekend. It's 5:30 in Boise. Obviously, we're not far from Boise, so it makes it super easy for us to go over there. We do a couple things as well while we're there, and yeah, it should be a good time. But all right, let me pull this up. So yeah, there's a lot of good games on Saturday. So you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Ryder Cup, USC, Illinois, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn, Texas, Ohio State, Washington, whatever. Biggest one, I think, in my opinion, that I think is huge is Oregon, Penn State, for one. It's in Penn State, and it's a whiteout, and whiteout in Happy Valley is always crazy for me to watch. I think it's electric, that scene, that style of scene. So, anybody have anything there looking forward to this weekend?
That is one of my favorite environments. Obviously, I haven't been there, but watching it on TV, I do like the whiteout. Cool college football tradition. It's one of my favorite games, and I think both those teams are entertaining. I don't watch a ton of college football. I just watch the teams that I think are entertaining. That game is going to be awesome, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. We will have a whiteout at our game, so maybe we could imitate
Yeah.
that. except
you go.
we have 80,000 less people.
I
So
was gonna say,
And we'll be wearing black. Yeah.
I'm gonna be wearing a white Peyton Manning jersey because I don't have white Boise State.
I
gear.
went to the Pro Image shop in the mall,
There you
and they only had a gray Broncos t-shirt, so I didn't get it, obviously. But
we might go to Shields on Saturday, but we'll see.
yeah, we need to.
We'll see.
Because all I got
but-
is black and blue, so...
Yeah, we can't be the only guys showing up in black. People are gonna be like, "What the? Like, seriously? You guys are
We
fake
still
fans."
have the,
This
body
guy's wearing a
paint
Peyton
option.
Manning jersey. We could do body paint.
Or we could. Just
I think the
it's
Peyton
just-
Manning jersey would be great.
we are white.
I think the Peyton Manning jersey would look
That's true.
fire.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Anybody else, Kenny or Evan? You have any games you're stoked for college wise?
USC Illinois. That's classic Big Ten rivalry, Big Ten matchup. So I'm sure the Rose Bowl will be like half empty, but that's okay.
Is it in?
I'm
California?
guessing
Is it Illinois?
it might not be. I don't know because I think last week both teams played away games, so I don't know.
Huh. All right.
in
Yeah.
Illinois.
Oh, it's in Illinois.
Yeah. USC.
Oh,
is
I think.
right.
heavy.
Okay. I think
The only
LSU
other,
Ole Miss will be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And always, I mean, Alabama-Georgia's always a good game. Even if Alabama's not super good, they always find a way to play.
Yep.
I think Georgia's quiet, sneaky good this year, and it's just because their defense is gonna just wreck people. But
I think Georgia's going to win for sure, but it might be closer
Mm-hmm.
than people think.
Yep. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be fun. We're gonna go. Like I said, we'll be in Boise, so that'll be a fun game. I haven't been for a few years, so it's always more fun to go in person, and especially the blue, because everybody knows the blue. They got some sweet helmets that they're wearing on Saturday as well. So for Boise State and Appalachian State, I was looking on. I saw something. The Boise State coach was talking today. Spencer Danielson, and he was saying something about App State, and like they have like a decent team. They've just turned the ball over apparently, and so I don't know anything about App State, to be honest with you. So, but they sound like they are a decent team, so it should be a decent game. Obviously, we just kind of beat up Air Force a little bit, so going into this, I have a little bit more confidence, but we'll see. You guys might have some more insight on either App State or even just Boise State than I do. So,
Yeah, we were just kind of hoping that if when we bought the tickets, we were thinking maybe both these teams would be undefeated, and App State is one of the other schools, kind of like Boise State, that people know and they're always kind of good. Historically, they've been good. Both 2-1, so it's not gonna be bad. But Boise is 15.5-point favorites. So we'll see how of a game it is. But
15.5?
15
Really?
and a half, yeah.
so over 2 touchdowns. My gosh.
I haven't watched
like it's
App
kinda
State
half.
play this year, but it'll still be
I don't
fun.
even know who they played.
What conference are they in? They're not in the MAC, are they?
think
They're
they're
in like
American.
the American.
Yeah. I don't know though.
I only know them because like in 2002 or 3 or something, they upset Michigan in a big game. Michigan was like undefeated, and I think they were like ruined Michigan's undefeated season or something. That's the only
Interesting.
reason I've ever even heard of them.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see. It should be a good game. It'll be a good time regardless. So, I mean, if they lose, that might kind of suck actually, because then they go play Notre Dame next week, which if they lose to Notre Dame, that's probably not that great for them, but just because Notre Dame hasn't looked that good. If they beat Notre Dame, I think that's good, but also at the same time, I don't know. I think it does help quite a bit. Also, obviously, completely knocks out Notre Dame from title contention, like even getting into the playoffs. So
Maybe, but they've also
It should.
are 1-2, and they're still in the top 25, and they were 0-2 and still ranked like number
Yeah.
18 or something like that, which is kind of
That's true.
wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely they probably will be done.
that's true. Yeah, we'll see. We can talk about that next week if we do talk, but that'll be a tough game. But yeah, we'll be Boise this weekend. Should be good. Whiteout and with a Peyton Manning jersey on. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, on to the big boys, the National Football League. This is Thursday night, so the Thursday night game just got over. I did pick the Seahawks to win. They did win, not necessarily in the fashion that I thought they would, but I watched the last 2 minutes of the game. That was it. So I don't know if you guys have any. It kind of, from what it looked like, was a kind of a snooze fest, but until the last part of the game. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're definitely correct.
Yeah, I watched most of the game, and it was kind of slow. I picked the Cardinals in an upset, but they tied it with, 30-some seconds left. So I was pretty excited that it was going to overtime,
Yeah.
but then obviously Seahawks found a way to get a 50-some yard field goal to win it.
It's a good game. That's all we can ask for, right? It's a good
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Also,
It was good.
their rival uniforms are sick. I will give them that.
Those are
thought
sweet,
they
yeah.
were
I do like
sick.
their rival uniforms. I'm surprised though. Don't the Seahawks have rival uniforms? So I'm surprised they weren't wearing
Yeah.
them as well.
It's the whole NFC West and the whole
I was gonna
AFC, or AFC East.
They're probably
So
just spreading them out.
Yeah, because the Dolphins, like you said, are wearing them Monday.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, we're not going to go through every one of these games, but I guess since the Chargers are the first on this list of any of our teams, we'll just go through that. So we got Chargers Giants. Obviously, the Giants kind of got beat up a little bit by the Chiefs last week, and Russell Wilson is kind of booty cheeks, so that was part of the reason. But he's getting benched this week. Jackson Dart starting. I don't know. We'll see. It's his rookie in his first NFL game. Chargers defense has kind of been quite good. I have a feeling that Derwin James is going to give Jackson Dart a little bit of heck on Sunday, but that, and also too, Justin Herbert he's got a cannon. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I know he might not be top 5 in the league for somebody, but he's got an arm attached to the rest of his body that does amazing things. So yeah, I think Chargers win. Obviously, it's in New York, so that's one thing. But also too, I just think the Giants are not great, and also too, this being Jackson Dart's first game, unless he is a prodigy, which he could be. Maybe prodigy is not the right word, but unless he's going to be a superstar in the league, which he still could be. I think Chargers walk away with this. If you guys have any thoughts, any objections, please speak now or forever hold your peace.
I think it will be closer than people think. I think the Giants might get a little boost from getting the new quarterback in there. The young guys, I do think the Chargers will win. And Justin Herbert is probably like my number 5 quarterback. I got him ahead of Jalen Hurts, which is unpopular opinion nowadays, but that is my opinion.
I don't know. Like this year, he's definitely just based off of. I don't know. I was going to this too deep, but Jalen Hurts only throws the ball if the Eagles need him to throw the ball, and he does okay when he throws the ball. But I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But
Yeah, he's close.
Kenny,
but,
any thoughts?
Go ahead, Kenny.
Oh, you're good. You can finish.
I was just going to say Jalen Hurts is more clutch, and obviously he's got the Super Bowl win. But if I'm taking a quarterback to lead my team, and those are my 2 options, I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Yep.
I would agree. It is in New York, so the fans are probably going to be pretty excited. I was trying to see if it was going to be raining in New Jersey, because I think the stadium's technically in New Jersey, but
It is. Newark.
yeah. Ryan Clark has Justin Herbert as his number 1 quarterback this year so far. So you got at least one person who's getting paid to say things about sports supporting your decision. So
I'll take it. I don't really like Ryan Clark that much, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well, and
I
that's
would
a hot
agree, though.
take. Taking him over Josh Allen and Lamar.
Yeah, there's a few
I don't know about
guys. that you
Well, I
could
mean,
take.
stats wise, there's a couple of that have been good. Like
Yeah.
I think
stats-wise, Daniel Jones is technically the best in the NFL if you really want to say it, but I think a lot of people would say something else about that.
And stats-wise too, Russell Wilson threw for 400-plus yards 2 weeks ago, and now he's sitting on the bench. So
I saw a Twitter account spoof that said he was retiring mid-season, so I don't think it's real, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel bad for the guy. He's a nice guy. I feel like he's a nice guy. He just tries too hard sometimes. But that's just me. Okay, moving on. Oh, Evan, did you have anything? Sorry.
Nope. You covered it pretty much.
Okay.
I'd put Herbert top 5 for sure.
All right, cool. Kenny.
Yeah. Big game, Colts Rams in Los Angeles, so in SoFi. I'm really excited about this game because this is it could be a big statement game. I could see the Colts losing, but I could also, not by a lot. I think it's going to be a close game either way, but I don't think the Rams defense is kind of weak in the secondary. They're missing a few guys, but so are the Colts. So I think it's the highest spread, or the score total is the highest in the league for this week. So I think it's close to 50 points or something like that.
Really?
So yeah, it's 49.5 or something. So I do think the Colts will win because Jonathan Taylor, outside of Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor's been playing out of his mind. I think he leads the league in rushing by 50 yards or something like that. But I do think the Colts will win. I do think their offense is that good, but that's just me.
I still think it's crazy that, what it was 2 years ago, he was requesting a trade, right? Wasn't that happened about 2 years ago? Jonathan Taylor.
He was holding out. Yeah, he wanted a contract extension or a new contract. I think he was at the end of his rookie deal. It was close to the end of his rookie deal. So yeah, he wanted more money, and they gave it to him.
He's putting in work. Yeah, I'll take. I think the Colts do win, but yeah, it's a good game. I think it'll be the Colts kind of first. The Broncos are fine. I think they're not a horrible team, but I think the Rams are better than the Broncos, so it'll be a good game. I think
it'll be a close game. I might take the Rams just because Matt Stafford is going to come back after last week, getting a blocked field goal, so he's going to come out and play well, I think. So I think it'll be a close game, but I think Rams pull it out.
Give me the Colts for my boy Kenny.
I appreciate it.
Otherwise,
that's a valid pick, though.
Give me the nays.
Is that what they're called?
Baby horses.
Yeah, they're the nays. Cool. All right, Jay?
Yeah, you said Russell Wilson is booty cheeks, and I think that is a great adjective to describe the Chiefs' offense as well as the Ravens' defense. The Ravens'
So
defense,
booty cheek fest on Sunday or what?
Yeah, it's going to be a booty cheek fest. The Ravens' defense has not been good. It's been overlooked by a lot of national media, I feel like, because their offense has been good, and that's more how people judge teams. But the Chiefs' offense has been bad, the Ravens' defense has been bad, and vice versa. The Ravens' offense has been fantastic, and the Chiefs' defense, aside from the Chargers game where they got destroyed, has looked a lot better the last 2 weeks. I feel like it's going to be really close. I'm not going to pick against the Chiefs because they're my team. I think if you picked the Ravens, I believe it's a toss-up. So, but I'll pick the Chiefs to win a close game at home.
Which team is least likely to make the playoffs if they go 1-3?
I think if the Ravens go 1-3, they're still gonna win their division. If the Chiefs go 1-3,
true.
They might lose the division to the Chargers. We'll see if the Chargers are for real. They're looking for real at the moment, but then in the rest of the AFC, I don't know who will be fighting for the other wild card spots, but I don't see either of the teams missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of a toss-up. I think... I don't know. I mean, you get... Is Xavier Worthy actually playing on Sunday?
He should be playing. He might be on a snap count. We'll see how much they use him. It'll be interesting to see. But he's been full participant in practice both days so far today or this week.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Chiefs win just because it's in Arrowhead more than anything. And the Ravens, I think Derrick Henry fumbles the ball again, to be quite honest with you. I'm putting money on it. And that's not just to be, like, mean towards him or anything like that, because I'm sure he's going to hear these comments and be really affected. But I think he fumbles in another critical point in the game, just like he did during the Bills and just like he did during the Lions game. But unless Lamar goes off, I think that's the only way that they probably win, just because they are missing quite a few people on their defense, the Ravens are.
Yeah, yes.
And I think, I don't know, I think at some point Kelsey and Mahomes are actually going to be able to fix whatever they're missing. Maybe they kissed this last weekend and made up, but something like that has to happen if they want to actually start winning games. So
Both on the mouth if they start playing better.
I'll watch, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the Chiefs are going to pull it out and actually find a way to play offense. You're welcome, Jay.
Appreciate it.
It's a good take.
That's not what you say when you're not on the podcast. I want to hear what you say if you're not on the podcast.
I don't think that would be allowed on here.
Yeah, probably not.
True.
I'm going to say it's a big Travis Kelce game. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I'm going to say it's a big Travis Kelce game. Like, especially if Xavier Worthy plays, I think that just helps his spacing. But, yeah. If there's another Coach Reed and Travis Kelce altercation on the sidelines, though, I'm curious to see how he's going to talk his way out of that for 2 weeks straight. Cause
I like seeing the boys get a little wound up.
That's what he said, but I don't know.
You like watching Andy rub his little tatas all over your boy Travis?
He was.
Give him a little shoulder bump.
He was initiating, man.
They almost
give
hit
me the
like
Chiefs,
mustaches, bro.
Yeah. I feel like it's everybody overlooks something like that, though, because like they've known each other for so long. He's played for him for so long, and it's like one of those things where I mean, even if you think back to when you played sports in college, or sorry, I mean, maybe you did play in college. More so if you played in high school and you've known that coach for forever, and you're having a horrible stretch of games or something, and you're just completely out of it, and your coach is like, "Come on, dude, wake the frick up," sort of thing. And like, it totally makes sense to me. I feel like everybody looks into it and be like, "Oh my gosh, they're so mad at each other," and it's like, no, it's not. It's not how it works.
Yeah, I think it's like the opposite of like, because for the Eagles, I think Jalen Hurts has been frustrated with the new OC, like not just like letting him go, and like he can't just like, he might talk to him privately, or like he kind of called him out in front of the cameras saying they've kind of been playing safe. Travis Kelce and Andy Reid are just like, yeah, forget that. We're just going to have it out on the sideline in front of everybody with all the cameras rolling.
Yeah, and their offense
which is probably a good thing.
Would I rather them not be frustrated? I'd rather them, be upset.
Yep. All right. Evan?
Yep, we got Bears Raiders on Sunday in the late slot, which is a little surprising because we're both 1-2. I think they thought we were both going to be a little bit better with Gene T going to Vegas and Caleb in his second year.
You say Ginty?
Gene T.
Gene T?
Which one is it technically? I've heard it both ways.
It's like Jen.
Ashton Genty.
Like Genty.
Genty?
But I guess you say
Isn't it
wrong.
Jeanty though?
Yeah. But it's not like a pair of blue jeans. It's not Gene T. It's like Jen. Anyways, whatever.
Okay, anyway. Yep,
whatever.
Him. But I think the Bears are going to win, obviously. I'm going to pick my team. Caleb popped off. He's number 1 in passing touchdowns. Roma Dunze is number 1 in receiving touchdowns. Their connection is finally blossoming. The Raiders haven't been able to do anything on offense besides Trey Tucker getting 3 touchdowns last week. But I don't think they'll do that again. And the only weakness I see is our corners. We have our 2 starting corners are out, but our 3rd and 4th string have been pretty good. Locked up CD last week, obviously, and Pickens. So
Okay, I mean, breaking his ankle doesn't count as locked up. That's not.
that was in like the
I won't
second
stand for
quarter. Pre ankle breaking, he had 0 catches. So I think our defense can hold them, and our offense can score points.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the Bears win. I think Max Crosby is gonna get a couple licks on old Caleb there.
Yep.
And
Whoa.
he's probably
Careful.
he's probably gonna peeve him off a little bit, but yeah, I mean, unless the Raiders somehow figure out how to run the ball, which would actually be cool to see because I want to see Genty go off for 200 yards. Would kind of be cool to see, but
He
I
can
don't
hold off
foresee
for
that.
one more week,
Yeah.
and then he can pop off.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see it happening this weekend, but I think the Bears win, personally, and I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got for that one.
Yeah, I almost fell asleep listening to you guys talk about that game. I feel like Evan's going to be the only one
Never
watching
mind.
that.
I changed my Ravens Chiefs to Ravens. Ravens are gonna clap.
Let's all watch that and pluck our eyeballs out while we're at it.
The Chiefs and the Bears have the same record. Okay, so
That's true. I guess I should know.
you got no room to talk.
There are, I mean, two very decent late slot games, and then, I mean, the Bears are not horrible if you like watching fun players. I think that's the thing about, like, that, though, too, is, like, the Raiders, like, yeah, they had Geno Smith, but maybe it's more so exciting for us to watch Ashton Genty because he's Boise State alum, but, I mean, the Bears are fun to watch, right? I guess,
Yeah.
when they're throwing and doing their thing. It's
Offense has been clicking. Ben
it's
Johnson's
football. Yeah,
changing us. So
yeah. Kenny?
Yeah, Bears probably win. Raiders can't contain Marcus Mariota. I don't think they're gonna have too much success against Caleb, but I do think Brock Bauer. I think it's gonna be a big tight end weekend. Like, a lot of tight ends are gonna have huge games, so I think Brock Bowers could go off for like 160 yards, 2 or 3 TDs, but the Bears will still probably win.
High scoring. All right. Cool.
I'm saying that because I have him in fantasy. I want him to score that many points, but that's just me.
Yeah. That's like the freaking Lions. I have Laporta, and he hasn't done anything because they have too many people to throw the ball to or give the ball to, so tight ends are tricky right now. I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe just because I don't have a good tight end. But yeah,
my tight end got injured. George Kittle's on IR. So
I guess he did have a good game and then he got hurt.
yeah.
Okay, well that's that. And if you could tell, we obviously went through those games because I'll cheer for the Chargers, Jared cheers for the Chiefs, Kenny cheers for the Colts, and Evan cheers for the Bears if you didn't catch on to that. So that's why we did that way. There's other games that'll be decent. I think the who do the Eagles play? What's that? What game
Bucks.
is that?
Eagles.
Yeah,
Bucks.
I think that'll be a decent game.
Packers.
I think
Cowboys, return of Mike.
Packers Cowboys. I think Packers Cowboys could be interesting, but it will be interesting more so just because they obviously lost to the Browns, but going into Dallas and then Micah Parsons. I don't know. I feel like Micah Parsons will go off, but
Oh yeah.
Go Cowboys. Hate the Packers. I think they go
yeah,
2-15. So.
that would be crazy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's sports and stuff. Moving on, unless anybody else has anything to add for that portion of it. No thoughts? Okay.
They need to start allowing early
flexes.
Early flexes, because some of those Monday night games are cheeks. But that's all I'll say.
Yeah, we don't have to get into it, but yeah, it's like what I do. Is there actually like a certain point in the season where they do limit it to? Is it like week 8 or something like that, where they're like, all right, we can't flex a game until after this?
I'm not sure.
They should flex Bears Raiders to like ESPN.
They should flex Ravens Chiefs to CW. So
that's the thing, because yeah, if you go off record, like what the team's record is, how do you base that? Because there's good teams. I mean, I guess teams that we think are good because they have been good in the past and they have a bad record right now. Would you flex them out of a spot just because they have a bad record and they played 3 games, 4 games, whatever it is? Or do you just, at this point in the season, like, for all we know, it's probably not going to happen just based on what we've seen. The Broncos or even the Dolphins could go 12 and 5 or whatever it would be. But who knows?
Earliest flex is week 5, and that's for Sunday night football. Monday night's not till week 12, and Thursday night's not till week 13.
Interesting.
According to this AI. So
that's crazy.
I don't know.
Week 5, huh? I feel like that's early still.
Weeks 5 through 10, and then any time from week 11 onward. They can use it twice for Sunday night football. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I'm just happy that there's football to watch, and we're also getting into. We didn't talk about this before, but the baseball playoffs coming up. Obviously, some of you don't have your team in the playoffs. That's fine. Some of us do, but does anybody? If you had to pick one team right now, who's winning the World Series? It could be yours. That's fine. But if not, who's just quick? Who's winning the World Series based off who's in the playoff? Who's getting in the playoffs?
Evan, you go ahead, because we already know your dumb butt opinion, and I need to think about mine.
go Blue Jays. Blue Jays are winning it all. We hit a grand slam tonight, so we're still in first place in the AL. We're fighting the Yankees though for the 1 seed. It's either the 1 seed or the 4
You did
seed.
win tonight?
Yep. Won 6-1. So we got 4 games left?
Congrats.
Gotta win more than the Yankees, and then we'll get the first round bye. But we're definitely taking it all this year.
All right.
Give me Seattle. Big dumper.
I think you should say who your team is, and then say who you think's gonna win it.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm a Cardinals fan. We are probably going to miss the playoffs. What's that, Evan?
You're eliminated.
I think you're out.
Are we officially? Yeah. So yeah, we're out. So yeah, give me Seattle.
You're going for the big dumper.
Big dumper.
You would.
Good old Cal.
Hey, I'm a catcher. I was a catcher in high school, so I
You got any pics
appreciate
of that? Because I've never seen it.
of me, and I can get you some pictures.
Send me pics.
You were good at catching that man booty.
That's not what I said.
Oh, okay. Jared was. I went to school with him, so I remember that. I guess I'll go. I cheer for the Padres, obviously. As you can see,
I thought you just like
they it is a sick hat, but no. My gut is that no, they're not gonna. Their best chance was last year, and they choked against the Dodgers, and yeah, that was probably the most depressing thing is when they lost that series last year because they were up and they could have won in that game, and they did not.
Don't have faith in your team, huh?
I do. I'm just saying, like, just based off of unless for some reason we catch absolute fire with our starting pitching, and our hitting has been better, but we're like one of the least home run teams throughout the regular season. These last couple of games, like I said, have been better, but our hitting's just not been great. And then starting pitching has kind of killed us a couple games recently. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I think whoever's hot right now and continues to hold that streak is going to win. I don't know. I mean, the Blue Jays have a legit chance, I think. I also think I feel like the Dodgers are always going to have an opportunity just because of who they have on their team. They have so many people that can just turn it on and they could be so good. Like today, when they scored 9 runs or whatever it was, and they had 8 runs in like the second inning, I think is what it was. So, if they even get like 2 of their guys to hit well, and they have 2 guys, multiple guys that can just turn it on. So, I don't want them to win, obviously, because I think we all agree the Dodgers are. We don't like the Dodgers out of any team in the major leagues. But my gut feeling is that they probably will win it again just because of who they have. But I would say Dodgers, Blue Jays is a good chance of being World Series. That's my personal opinion. But if Padres win, well, slap me silly. I'll take it.
I cheer for the Royals. They are eliminated. They had a decent year. Got some young guys coming up. We'll see what we do next year. Had a lot of injuries to our starting pitching next year. We got a lot of pitchers. I don't even know who the starting or the rotation will be next year, but I like how it's looking. But couldn't get it done this year. I'll probably cheer for the Red Sox to win because that's what my wife's family cheers for. And we went to a Red Sox game this year, and it was fun, and the stadium's cool and all that. But I'm going to pick the Brewers because I think they have a good team. And they've kind of choked the last few years with good teams. I just think maybe it might be their year. And I wouldn't hate seeing them win it. I don't want to pick the stupid Dodgers or the stupid Phillies or the stupid Yankees. So.
Or the stupid Blue Jays.
No.
Them freaking Canadians. Yeah, I guess that's true. The Brewers do have a chance. They've been good all year. All I'm saying, I'm stoked for playoff baseball and football at the same time. So,
got a good couple weeks coming up.
And if you like to get really frisky, you get the NHL and the NBA coming up soon too. So, go Mammoth.
NHL, yes.
Yeah, go Mammoth.
NBA.
Say it, Evan.
What? What, my NHL team?
No, go Mammoth.
Oh, I'm not
Mammoth.
saying that. No. I'm a Maple Leafs fan.
Go Mammoth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will go to some Mammoth games because they're close. That is,
Yeah, that'd be fun to go to a hockey game. We should.
yeah.
I've never been to an NHL game. I think we've all been to a Steelheads game, but have you been to a Steelheads game, Kenny?
No, but when I lived in Flint, Michigan, we went to some local hockey games there. They had like I don't know what level they were, but we just wanted to see the fights. That was the only reason we went.
The Michigan
That's
Islams.
a good reason.
Pretty much. No, they changed names like 4 times when we were there within 10 years. I don't even remember what they were called.
Did you say Michigan
The Flint.
Islams?
I didn't say that yet.
There's a lot of people running for election in Michigan that they are not from around here. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a cool team name for them. Would be the Flint Knox. That's cool. I feel like that's a cool team name. I don't know why, but
Anybody identifies as from Flint.
They were the Flint Tropics.
I know. I'm just saying.
Shout out Will Ferrell.
Maybe you are.
All right. Cool. From Flush?
Flushing.
I lived in Flushing, Michigan for a while, yes.
Flushing.
But I lived in several places in Michigan, not just there.
Good old Flushing. Okay, well, good to know. Okay, moving on. That's our, sports. We went too long on that. That's okay, but we'll wrap it up here. I have an article you guys all read and are familiar with, but it's kind of more so on gambling. So, preface of this, obviously we are all Christians, Jesus followers here, so that's kind of how we take everything into account here, like kind of obviously what we do daily, but also too what some of that stuff that we want to talk about on the podcast. So this one article is from Christianity Today, but I just found it and thought it was interesting. So it was on gambling, and it's more so gambling as a whole, but I think based off of just us, because we're more in tune with sports and that side of things. We live in Idaho, and obviously Idaho doesn't allow for sports betting. I mean, really any gambling at all, except for if you want to go through the Idaho lottery, which is the state-run gambling system. Then, that's kind of our only opportunity to do that. So, if that's kind of your thing, but along this line, this article just kind of details pretty much America's gambling. I don't know if I would say problem necessarily. I mean, I think there is a problem, obviously, with anything like this that you could take too far, but I think it's just more so just the gambling and how people get so sucked into it and whatnot. And I think coming from our viewpoint, obviously we are big with, we like sports and that sort of stuff. So I think just kind of, piece out some of our thoughts on sports betting and some of that sort of stuff, and how this kind of article. I think one of the biggest things within this that I thought of that was crazy is the fact that sports betting, online sports betting, was not legal until like 2018. But sports betting would have been legal like at casinos and stuff though before, right? Or is that a no?
I actually don't know.
Probably in person. It probably was.
That's what. So because I mean, obviously people bet on like horse races for years, right? So it's like, So I think it's more so just online sports betting. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. So we fact check. But 2018 is when it was. States could allow it if they want. So it exists in 38 states now, which is obviously more than half. So quite a bit. And then the fact that the amount wagered has grown from 13 billion in 2019 to 148 billion in 2024, I think is crazy. And it drives the way that like I see it. I think we see it just within sports is it drives so much of the sports. I mean, the first thing you look at when you look at a matchup is the money line, the over-under, the spread, and then you kind of base your picks and opinions based off that. Even us, when we pick stuff, it's like, okay, what's the spread? What's the money line? And then it's okay, I'll make my pick just amongst ourselves for this game, kind of based off that sometimes. But, I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts as far as how big that this has gotten and how you kind of think of it as a Christian in today's day and age?
Go ahead, Kenny.
I guess I'll go first.
Go ahead, Evan. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jared. Well, I won't say that I haven't sports bet. I obviously lived in Florida for 4 years for college.
Going to hell.
Yep. But I had Prize Picks on my phone, which is just picking basically over-unders on player stats. And, I would do it on the weekends for college football and NFL on Sundays. But I feel like it becomes wrong when it's overtaking your life and everything is based off of sports betting. So, like, if you're reliant on your bet that's when I think it becomes a problem. But I think if you take your $10 that you were going to spend on fast food and you want to put it on a few players with your friends, I don't think that's wrong necessarily.
But
I
what if
just
you could have
think
taken it and given it to that homeless person on the street?
That's true. You probably could have. And that would have got you more jewels in heaven, that's for sure. But I would just say it only becomes wrong when it overtakes your life and it becomes your sole focus.
Yeah.
And becomes uncontrollable, basically.
I mean, like with anything, right? Because it's...
Right.
Like
There's
it
a
goes for
fine
anything.
line there. Yeah.
There's a fine line with so many things. It's like, I think if you were more of a, I'll say, legalistic leaning Christian, where you're like, yeah, no sports betting, no this, no that, no, But when you can maybe take a step back and look at things as good gifts from God in what they have kind of, I mean, I guess you could say that for sports betting, whatever. Maybe more so we'll just view it as what we do with our money in general, as a cool thing that God has given us the ability to do, whether it is we use it for betting or we use it to bless somebody else with. It's with anything, right? You can take it too far, whether it's alcohol, whether it's sports, watching too much sports, whether it's spending too much time with your friends instead of your family. I don't know. Simple things like that. But yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, so I had $100 in my bank account, and that was it. And I thought, what's the best way I can make this useful? And so, of course, I immediately put that on Patrick Mahomes to win the dang MVP, because that's being a good steward, in my opinion. Right, Kenny?
That
Absolutely.
was your last $100 that you put it on,
$100.
Patrick? Wow.
No.
Your
It
job
does not
must
look
suck.
like it's going to hit this year.
That was before he paid his electric bill too, so
Yeah, that was way more important, I feel like. I don't think sports gambling or sports betting is inherently bad. I think like any other hobby, you can spend too much money on it. Like any other hobby, you can get addicted to it. It might have, you might be able to get more addicted to something like sports gambling because of the excitement that comes from it. What's the word I'm looking for? The adrenaline rush. You get addicted to that. But I do think it's entirely possible to have sports betting be a hobby and not control your life and not hurt your finances. If you have discretionary income and one of your hobbies is sports gambling, I don't see how spending $10 on a bet is different than, going to play golf and spending $50 on 9 holes of golf or anything else. You're not going to get that money back. You could do something different with that money, but I don't think it's wrong.
It's a leisure item.
Golf. Yes, it's a leisure item. It's discretionary income. But you do have to be careful with stuff like that because you can get addicted to it because it can take place of other things in your life. You can be looking to that to fulfill something in your life that you can only fill with God, relationship with Jesus, and that's where the danger comes in. So, be careful with it, and if you think you have a problem or you think you might have a problem with it, then don't do it because it's not worth it. But if you can treat it like a hobby and not ruin your finances, not ruin your relationship with God, not affect your relationship with God or your wife or your family or any of the above, which is, I believe is totally possible, then go for it.
I like it. Unless it's illegal in your state, then
Then get a VPN.
Right. Or have someone else do it for you. It's not
or you
illegal.
sports invest.
There you
You
go.
just invest in the sports.
Yeah. Kelsey.
Kenny?
I personally think if you sports bet and you gamble, you're a degenerate and you're going to hell, no questions asked.
HE double hockey stick.
And we can just end it right there. No,
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith the Lord. No, that's the other thing. There's nothing in the Bible that explicitly says that, like, you can't gamble. But there are passages, like James talks about, how the love of money is the root of all types of evil. And I feel like for a lot of people, if they sports bet, the goal is to make money. Like, that's the reason people do it. But again, I do think that sports gambling and betting, it kind of falls under the category of like a Christian liberty, as far as like if you're a Christian. And it's something, you know, kind of like everybody else said, it should be taken with a lot of caution. I think when you watch sports betting commercials, at the end of every commercial, it gives you a list of helplines at the bottom to call if you're really struggling with it. So if there's something like that, it's, you know.
Isn't that like a legal thing? Like they have to do
I'm
that?
sure it is. I'm sure it is. It's like all the, medical commercials that list all the side effects and, like, could cause nausea, vomiting, and death, but, people still do it.
Or still 4 times speed.
Yeah, but, yeah, like, personally, I probably will never sports gamble. I'm sure it'll become legal here in Idaho probably very soon. But, I think it is a personal choice that, you should discuss with, obviously you should pray about it. You should discuss it with your spouse, and make sure that they're okay with it. But, yeah, it's, I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's just something that you should handle with a lot of caution, because it can lead to, some very nasty habits. But, yeah, be an adult, be smart.
And I'm perfectly fine with people saying don't do it. Like, that, I don't think that's wrong. That's probably more towards where I lean. But,
I would personally say sports betting is closer to a wrong than it is a right, but I'm not going to say it's one or the other. I do think it is a gray area, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I would say, if somebody says don't do it, based off of like maybe moral judgment, or like just don't do it because it's maybe not the wisest thing to do, I would probably agree with that to some extent. Because again, back to being a good steward with what you have, maybe that's not the best thing to do with it. I don't know if I would necessarily agree with don't do it based off of because the Bible says so sort of thing. I think, like I said, it's kind of one of those gray areas where I don't think there's any explicit thing that says, and there could be, because obviously there was different styles of gambling when within biblical times, right? When you have the soldiers casting lots for Jesus's clothing, right? That's technically one thing, so it's not like it wasn't a thing back then. But I think it's good. Just being wise with what you have and stewarding it well, and not just taking what you have for granted, what God has given you. And now I do think there are better ways to use your money. Sometimes, I'm not going to say I haven't done it, nor will I not do it. I'm just saying, if it's one of those things that's taking over a certain area of your life, and you can't not either think about it or not think, or not do it, then obviously an issue. But I just think it's gonna be so hard within these next years of just being within the American sports culture and maybe for us, but mostly just for people that are actually have access to this, and it's just ingrained in you of like, oh yeah, sports betting, because it's not going away, I don't think, at all. And so it's going to become even bigger, which is crazy how big it's already become in 6 years. I mean, the fact that you listen to any sports podcast, and pretty much every sports podcast, or just like sports in general, the one common thing they all have is advertisement for sports gambling, right? So it's a huge industry. So, hopefully people are able to choose wisely and do well with what they have. So, I would agree.
Evan, how much money you got on Hunter becoming a degenerate sports gambler?
Full everything. Put it all on black.
The house?
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me the house.
I mean, we also technically gamble in a way because we put money on fantasy football.
This is true.
So,
Yeah.
You could call so many things gambling.
Yeah.
driving your car
you
is a
think
gamble.
about
I turn left out of the shop when I'm not supposed to, and that is a gamble. But
That's
I think it's
just
less
illegal,
of a gamble.
Kenny.
I think it's less of a gamble than trying to turn left out of the flashing light. But that's for another time.
Yeah. I mean, like you said this before, Jared. People buy raffle tickets and think nothing of it, and it's like, technically, you're putting money on chance, right? So it's same idea.
And I will say, I am in the green. Overall. I
Okay.
am in the green.
As long as you're in the green, Jesus is happy.
Right. Exactly. And once you lose an amount, double it, and just keep it going. Kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Render under Caesar
Okay.
Sportsbook.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
That's actually a really good tagline. I'm surprised
Yeah,
nobody
you're
say it.
Yeah.
Render under Caesar Sportsbook, which is Caesar Sportsbook. That's hilarious, actually.
That's good.
Okay, well, cool. We gotta wrap it up. We went longer than I think we were even gonna go. But any closing thoughts before anything this weekend?
Got
Next week?
nothing. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back at some point. I don't know what the plan is, but we'll do another one of these at some point. Maybe it's next week. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. And like I said, we'll have other people on here as well. So this will be a learning venture and a experiment. So again, I'll be surprised if 10 people listen to this, and if they do, they might be a little bit dumber than they were an hour before they started listening to it, but that's okay. So, okay. All right. Everybody else good?
Good.
Okay. We're signing off. Appreciate you guys listening or watching or whatever you're doing. Check us out wherever you find us, and we'll have another podcast up at some point. But until then, we will be seeing ya. Bye.